Hello and welcome to the Bel-E and Scratch podcast. I'm your host, Bel-E.
And I am your co-host, Scratch.
And today, we kind of sort of don't have a topic again.
What?
I don't.
What?
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 What? All right, Stone Cold, tell me what's up.
What? 316.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's a day of discovery.
I guess. I don't know. I've just been in the back here playing Kenshi all day.
What's that?
It's a video game.
A video game.
Yeah, I try to reserve Sundays for that.
Yeah.
Because if I get bogged down into doing video games during the other parts of the week, I'm going to lose all track of time. And a whole day's gone by, and it's like, oh shit, was I supposed to be somewhere? As a personal trader, that terrifies me.
You know, I've wondered about that, about the gaming community.
How so?
I don't know, is that like the equivalent of electronic weed or something?
I would, well,
You know?
here's the thing. I don't know if we spoke about it in the podcast, speaking
Yeah.
of the electric lettuce.
Right.
Which is what I've called it. That's my content-friendly way of saying weed or marijuana, is saying the electric lettuce.
Sure.
Thank you, Letterkenny.
Yeah. Okay.
And so, and it makes people laugh, too, when I say it out loud.
Laugh, damn it.
Yeah. Because people know what you're saying when you say the electric lettuce, but it's something that's so far removed from the local lexicon. Because, it's usually like, either weed or...
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's funny because we're cool.
Yeah. People usually will say, around here, people will usually say, like, weed or marijuana or, whatever local terminology. But as soon as I interject...
The devil's slaw.
The devil's slaw, devil's lettuce, reefer, yeah. But as soon as I interject electric lettuce, people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then they start laughing. I love it.
There was a phrase back in the day that referred to weed. It was kind of like that. It was called rabbit tobacco.
I haven't heard that one.
There was an actual plant that people smoked.
That was actual rabbit tobacco.
I can't remember.
Was it
the
like
name of
catnip, except for rabbits?
Yeah, what? I honestly don't know, but
Okay.
I would imagine.
Okay.
So it had that kind of connotation.
Okay, I was just curious. But here's the thing.
A no-brainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No thumper.
No thumper.
So, basically, I don't know if we've talked about it on the podcast, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
I would say you and I are pretty pro-electric lettuce.
I'm not anti.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mean to the extent where we're the people going around with the leaf on our t-shirts and pants and hats.
No, I remember
and
those days.
Yeah, we don't work at Spencer's level pro weed.
Right. Or a convenience store at 2 a.m.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like we're not pro on that level where we'll wear it on our clothes and whatnot.
No.
I might just have like one shirt because you never know what party you're going to.
Right.
But that's about it. Not to wear it every day. Not for it to be part of my personal religion. Because I know they're out there, but that's not my religion.
Yeah, I find scuba diving extremely interesting, but I don't walk around in
scuba gear all the time. Yeah, same deal.
No snorkel.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But you and I are on the opinion of, it's natural, it's grown from the earth. It's not made in a lab.
Definitely things related to being in the plus column.
Yeah, exactly.
As opposed to some type of synthetic thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Frankenstuffing. Created in a lab.
Yeah, this is why I'm a little hesitant with Delta 8, aside from the fact it just makes me paranoid.
Yeah.
CBD, I'm not super sure. I think it's like an isolate derivative, like they bred a lot of that hyperactive stuff
what they
out
do
of it.
is they get a basically a chemical blueprint.
Yes.
And that's been formalized.
Yeah.
By whoever the government is.
Yeah.
And they change and molecule here.
Wait, so you talking? Wait a minute. Are you telling me CBD and Delta 8 are GMO?
Probably. GMO to me means controlling the seed.
Oh.
Now, to you, it might have a broader
to me,
or more narrow focus. I don't know.
Yeah, to me, GMO is not just controlling the seed, where you just create something that can't continue.
Right.
Like hypothetically, you go and buy normal tomato seeds at the grocery store. Then that's only good for like one harvest because those don't produce any more seeds after that. I don't like that.
I don't either. From my understanding, that's GMO.
To me, also GMO is stuff where plants are genetically modified to look a certain way just purely for aesthetic reasons and not like for nutritional reasons.
Right.
I saw a fucking blueberry about the size of a fucking ping pong ball.
A beer pong ball?
Yes. I saw a blueberry the size of a ping pong ball instead of an actual normal blueberry, which is about the size of your thumbnail.
Yeah.
That counts. But here's the thing. On the one hand, for stuff like that, where you increase the size, I understand because, bigger size fills your tummy more.
Well, it's got a broader. Yeah. It's got a more broad. Basically any crop.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just purely my observation.
Yeah.
Okay. Any crop that is capable of being mass produced ultimately is.
Oh yeah. Because they can't not do it.
To the detriment of its nutritional value.
Oh yeah, that's
to serve an ever-growing population.
Yeah, that seems to be going around a lot lately. Where stuff is just getting mass produced like crazy, but it's no more nutritious than processed food.
Well,
I know that's an extreme, but that's stuff like that's kind of been floating around out there.
They're definitely closer in the ballpark.
Indeed.
But
that's what was I talking about? Basically, GMO just kind of means has been tampered with nowadays.
Well, then, yeah.
Any way, shape, or form has been tampered with.
No, they didn't pluck it out of the ground and process it.
Yeah.
To get in a bottle.
Yes.
As is.
Yeah.
For this.
Pretty much.
8. Whatever it is.
Delta 8?
Delta 8. Delta Ocho.
Delta Ocho. But anyway, okay, back to what I was originally trying to talk about. But here's one thing.
Yeah.
That for some reason doesn't get talked about a lot on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, the electric lettuce is all fine and dandy, but the problem is that it won't kill you. You can't OD on weed, but it can take your life away in a more quote-unquote insidious way.
Insidious?
If you allow it.
Insidious is I don't know about the exact word, but definitely, yes.
Yeah.
Because it'll slowly, it can change your drive.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those...
you just turn into a couch potato, and that's you for 10 years.
Yeah.
And then you wonder what the hell happened to your life.
Mom!
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean.
I got a job interview today, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It reputed to be that way, and I can remember when I was in college. Yeah.
Green apple.
Mm-hmm. And, someone I knew became a regular. In other words, anytime if I ever wanted anything, I could go to him. But I got to a point where I was in college and I was like, man,
yeah, you gotta stop.
I gotta get out of college.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff will, if you're not careful, it'll slow you down.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with slowing down, per se.
No.
It's like, here's the thing, you need a break every now and again, you see.
But if you're in the middle of a war...
you gotta get that over with, man.
You gotta get on the other side of that.
Uh-huh. So, video games can be like that, where you will just spend hours and hours and hours doing something because it taps into that short-term instant gratification reward center of your brain.
Yeah.
And...
You know, there was a very interesting episode of Star Trek The Next Generation.
Mm-hmm.
Nerd alert.
Oh, God.
That was a very interesting episode of Star Trek The Next Generation where everybody was walking around and playing this game.
Uh-huh.
And how it basically began to take over the entire group.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where all they wanted to do was play the game.
Yeah.
And then a certain period of time after I watched that episode, I saw an article in, I can't remember whether it was an online magazine or a news site.
Yeah.
Or an actual magazine, you know, when people actually picked up, you know, pages of trees and read it and print and read it. I can't remember. But it talked about, and it actually referenced that episode.
Mm-hmm.
But it talked about how the way the technology was going, the ultimate goal of creating the game was to stimulate that area of the brain.
Yeah.
So all people would want to do would be play that game.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was real interesting. And I mean, I didn't see it. You know, there's a lot of dark motives.
Oh, yeah.
That are attached to things.
Yes.
And I mean, if I was able to create a gaming system and a game, I mean, what else would be your ultimate goal? It's just like buying a car. I'm selling you a car.
Yeah.
I want to sell you a car that fits you, you're comfortable in. You don't ever want to be in anything else. You don't ever trust anything else. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
So I understand why the gaming
industry can be like that.
Industry can be like that. I don't know why they would be any other way. I mean, it's ultimately, you know, whether it's ethical or not.
Sure,
that's a different discussion.
Yeah, we're not talking about loot boxes right here.
But it's legal.
Sure.
So hey.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not against video games because I play them.
Sure.
I just understand that it's stimulating that short-term part of the brain, that instant gratification part of the brain, and if when unchecked, your whole day is just gone. So that's why I try to reserve it for today.
Right.
Where I don't do anything regardless. You know?
Sure.
Sure. Sundays are the days where I just lay about, don't do anything, you know?
Yeah.
Basically, it's I don't know, for lack of a better phrase, it's basically my degenerate day.
Well,
I don't mean that in a negative connotation. I'm just saying, like, if there was a day reserved for all that stuff, today.
I think that's one of the mindsets that's difficult for people who, you know, are driven toward a goal.
Yes.
Or, you know.
You need a day where you just stop.
Right.
Today is my day to just stop.
You have to be careful about how you make associations with it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you have to learn to embrace it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, embrace it.
Yes.
2 arms.
Yes.
You know, give me some love and pull it in tight.
Yeah.
Squeeze the air out of it. Because if you allow a negative connotation to get into your mind regarding it, you will ultimately take it away from yourself, and then you begin to spin your wheels or not get anything accomplished.
Yeah.
So, You can take a break. I can tell you from personal experience.
Yeah.
You can take it easy now, or you will take it easy later.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with taking a break, because either you're going to take a break or your body's going to stop and take the break for you.
It's going to make you take it.
Uh-huh.
You know, we talked about that the other night. You know, you can push yourself to the limit all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
And you might get far.
But it's not sustainable.
But it's not sustainable.
Correct.
And then the negative aspect of it is actually the worst part of it is the unknown.
Sure.
Because when you go down, and you will go down.
Yes.
You don't know how long you'll stay down. You know, it's like being underwater.
Yeah.
You can only hold your breath for so long. I don't care who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You can only hold your breath for so long. And so it's like I said, you know, it's better to take these steps, take natural steps to
yes.
you know, over exaggerated long strides in life. You know, slow down a little bit, keep your feet under you. And it's tough. I know. I mean, you know, you just want to. I used to say, you know, well, you know, you can charge hell with a water pistol, but it sure does sting.
Oh yeah, there's nothing more.
So
basically, just settle down, folks. It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. You know, everything's gonna work out.
Pretty much.
Hey, the leaves are turning.
Yeah, the leaves are turning.
It was a nice weekend.
Yeah, it was. I spontaneously went an hour north to a town nearby.
Ditto. Me and the patriarch went up there to see the leaves.
Miss Matriarch?
Miss Matriarch.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah, I saw the mountains just turn brown and yellow.
There's a good bit of red up there where I was at.
Oh, yeah?
It was nice.
Nothing happened this week.
What do you mean nothing happened this week?
Nothing happened this week.
I don't know. It was a pretty good week.
It was a good week. But nothing interesting happened to where I would go like, hey, you want to talk about this? You see.
Oh, okay.
That's what I mean.
No drama?
Yeah, no drama. I mean, obviously, I'm trying to get my thing started with personal training. That's fine. You're trying to get your thing started. You made contact with somebody. I got another person on the DL because here's the thing.
Yeah.
If you need oxygen and a walker to get around,
yeah, I'm
not going to make you come to my gym. You see.
I think that's fair.
So I have taken 2 clients on the DL. They're still paying me because they better, because otherwise they're not going to do what I tell them to do.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, both of you need a walker, and you need oxygen, and you need an attendant. I'm not bringing you to my gym, and even then, they're not going to pick up a lot of weight.
No.
So I just have them on a regimen of like half standing yoga so they can actually breathe and use their lungs, and low impact workout. Trying to get one of them to do kickbacks is just painful to watch, I'm not gonna lie. But you see how
you have to develop that mind muscle connection.
Yes.
We really don't understand how things work.
No, it's just I keep telling her it's from the elbows, and she uses her shoulders. And I'm like, you just bend like you're trying to pick something up. I don't know.
No, it tells you how little development people have.
Really?
Yeah.
You mean when I tell them to bend their elbows and they just move their shoulders?
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know I'm new to this, but I want you to explain. What?
Well, basically one of our biggest problems as
a society.
As upright bipedals.
We live in a society.
Bipedal.
Two-legged folk.
Let's look at the body as an orchestra.
Uh-huh.
There are the strings, and there's the brass.
Yes.
And there's the percussion.
Yeah.
Okay. And the other aspects of the symphony.
The triangle. Fucking Dave on the triangle.
Don't be talking about the triangle, man. That all work together.
Yeah.
To create a masterpiece.
Yes.
All right. So that's the human body.
Yeah.
All right. So what happens a lot of times, based on lack of certain type of physical activity, say you sit at a desk all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you're on your feet all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whether you move fast, whether you move slow, you don't have, you kind of lose track of, there is a, you can become very one-dimensional.
Yes.
And what will happen is that parts of your body will compensate because you become one-dimensional. So instead of using your biceps to pick something up, you use your shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of using your legs to squat down and pick something up, using your legs to pick it up, you will bend at the waist. You won't bend your knees, and you use your back. Which is extremely dangerous.
Yes. Don't do that.
To not use your legs and pick up something heavy. So over time, the body begins to compensate for this lack of usage.
Uh-huh.
So imagine a symphony that you're listening to and take the volume of the percussion section and turn it up twice the volume of the rest of the symphony. Now that one aspect of it begins to dominate. Not only does it dominate, it begins to tear things down.
Yeah.
Because
now you're just listening to the drums.
There's no harmony.
Yeah.
Okay. There's no, it's called homeostasis. There's no balance.
Yeah.
And so over time, there's an atrophy to the areas that you should be employing, engaging, using, that sort of thing. So far as your legs to bend down and pick something up, or to do a kickback to use a tricep that has long ago atrophied and the owner has lost connection with.
Yes.
So that's why they're using their elbows. And that's why they're using their shoulders. So that right there, that's one of the biggest reasons that you got to start off with a certain light weight. Because you have to learn the correct form first. Form is the important thing, not weight. Form. Because you're trying to reconnect. See, when you're younger, you take this stuff for granted.
Yes.
But when you get older, you lose these pathways become clouded. These neural pathways, these muscular neurologically, they begin to cloud and they just age. You know, it's like an old house.
Yeah.
Okay, it was beautiful the day it was built and it's new and everything, and then 50 years later, it's dilapidated. So our bodies that we break down over time under the best of circumstances. Okay. So, but people that are in these health situations, these people that are talking to you, they have lost that mind-muscle connection. You've got to help them establish that mind-muscle connection. And then once they do that, then they can increase their weight. That's why with this individual that's very excited to advance in numbers so far as poundage, well, he's got to learn the form.
Oh, you're talking about the other guy?
The other guy. Learn the form. That's what's important.
Well,
is the form.
Well, him in particular. This is someone who's not on the DL. Him in particular, part of his issue is not per se the form, because I make sure he does good form.
Right.
His problem is that he will do a set even if the weight is too heavy or if he's having that sharp pain that you're not supposed to have while lifting weights.
He's going to end up going to the doctor.
Yeah, and here's the thing, that's on him. Because I've told him repeatedly, and of course he signed the release, I've told him repeatedly, like, alright, look, if it's painful, stop the move. And he just doesn't do it.
Well, if his form breaks down, definitely.
Oh, no. I know that.
Right.
But what I mean is,
Well, see, that's what a lot of people do. They get a number in their head.
Yes.
And that's left brain thinking right there.
That is.
Task oriented. I mean, it's something we do every day. God damn it, I'm going to finish my task. And if I have to, if I have to beat this horseshoe till it looks like a butterfly.
Yeah.
And you gotta, it's difficult to break people out of that mentality.
Oh, I know.
It really is.
I was having him do stiff-legged deadlifts. I gave him a 35 bar because he's a big dude. I figured he could probably handle it.
Right.
But apparently he has an overdeveloped diaphragm. He played the trumpet or the trombone, some kind of horned instrument since he was younger.
Right.
Help him develop that diaphragm real well.
Right.
So when he would lean, he would lean up to do at the top end of the stiff-legged deadlifts. Apparently, it started pinching his diaphragm, but he didn't say anything until he was done.
Right.
Now, here's the thing: I am inexperienced in these sorts of matters, but the one thing I have learned is, if all else fails, lower the weight. Because a pinch is not a stab, but that is a pain you're not supposed to feel.
Right.
And the thing is, I didn't know immediately how to fix it.
Yeah, drop drop a few pounds and then tackle that weight the next time.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. So I swapped out the 30 bar, I swapped out his 35 for a 30 bar, no pinching.
Yeah.
And I'm just standing there like, you didn't stop to move when you knew where you were in pain. Yeah. This guy's gonna end up in the fucking hospital, and my boss is gonna yell at me. I do.
I wouldn't go that far.
No, I know. I make her out to be more of a devil than she is, but that's just hyperbole. She's not that bad. She just scares the shit out of me. And I think she's a good person. Yeah. I think she is a good person. Legitimately, she runs a very tight ship. I respect her. She scares me.
Well, gotta have a goalpost.
No, I know.
Woo.
Oh yeah, woo. Because from her, I'm expecting at any day. I know I just started like a couple months ago, and you got to build up a repertoire. You got to build up a clientele as a personal trainer.
Right.
But there is I am expecting any day I'll get a phone call or a text, and it's like, oh hey, you don't work here no more. Click.
I don't think they'll do that.
No, because here's the thing. She's only done that, to my knowledge, she's only had to do that one time, and it was for multiple reasons other than you don't have enough people.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was this ass clown about a couple months ago, way back in the early summer of this year.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Since then, before I met one, I have rarely encountered a Marine that I liked.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. We've probably already talked about this before. I respect the Marines. I respect what they do. I respect their branch.
I do.
But if they're out of the service, they're out and about, I fucking hate you people. Because it's usually someone who's loud, dumb and or obnoxious or a combination of the three. He was a combination of the three.
All right.
This dude was like...
Where was this?
This was at my gym. He got hired a couple months before I completed my training. Yeah, that guy. He got hired a couple months before I started doing training. He worked for the local power company. And he would, like, run lines for him and stuff. He wanted to become a personal trainer. And I was like, I respect that because, you know, running lines for a power company sucks.
It's good money, though.
Oh, it's good money, but you could be sleeping in the dead of night and get a call because a tree fell on something. You have to drag your ass out there to go take care of it.
And it's effing cold.
And it's effing cold.
Effing cold.
Yeah, because it's like 4 o'clock in the morning when no one needs to be out. I don't know, man.
No.
So I respected that, but yeah, this guy just rubbed me the wrong way.
Oh, was that the dude that kept hitting on you? And
Yes. Yes.
In front of his girl?
Oh, he didn't have a girl, but he just kept doing it.
Oh.
And I didn't want to have that conversation with my current boss about, like, look, I definitely want to work for y'all, but I'm not gonna put up with this guy.
Not gonna put up with Teddy over there.
Yeah, I'm gonna put up with this guy staring at my ass while I'm on the squat rack over here.
Hey.
Yeah. But thankfully,
I never understood that. I mean, you know, could you
not?
Could you at least appear to hide it? I
Yeah.
mean, it just
The only thing,
like,
yeah,
really?
this dude.
Oh man.
Yeah, this dude, he would show up for his clients in, like, his previous job's clothes, not even change. And he would shortchange his clients. That's what got my boss to cook his goose.
What ain't shortchanging?
Here's the thing. People pay, like, they pay for a package or, you know, a number of sessions with a personal trainer.
Right.
So each session is 1 hour.
Right.
He would, like, train them for about 30, 45 minutes and then leave.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's bogus.
That's what I mean by shortchanging people.
Okay. Yeah, that's
So there were numerous reasons as to why she clipped him. I'm just glad she did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this... Yeah, if I ever encounter this guy again, I'm gonna act like I don't know him, because I'm like, no, you're done. You're done.
You're done.
Throw a box of crayons at him and leave.
Yeah, throw some crayons on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah, I have rarely met a Marine who I didn't like. I've only encountered one after that. But the thing is, that guy is about, 50-something. I'm not saying he's harmless, but he's old enough to know better.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not saying age equates to wisdom 100% of the time, but
yeah, you
sometimes,
gotta be careful.
Yeah, you
when
don't
you're
want
used to gray hair, being smart,
Yeah.
and then you encounter somebody with gray hair that's not.
Yeah.
You're like,
What the fuck is wrong with this
what
guy?
is that?
Actually, I've actually heard an interesting theory about that.
Yeah.
All right, now, obviously with the advent of, with the internet, file sharing, video sharing, and cameras inside phones,
Right.
I have seen a lot of, I've seen and read a lot of, basically read a bunch of stories and seen a lot of videos of, older folk.
Yeah.
I don't mean per se Karens, although that is in there.
Oh, I'm sure.
But basically Karens and a bunch of...
There's always one.
Yeah, there's always one.
God damn it.
Yeah. Basically, these are videos and stories of various Karens, Kevins, male Karens, whatever. I like Kevins.
That works.
Yeah, Kevins. Karens and Kevins.
Karens and Kevins.
Yes.
Yeah, that works.
Sorry to actual good people who are named Karen and Kevin. You need to change your name. Seriously, anyone who's actually legitimately named Karen but does not act like a Karen, you need to legally change your name.
And if you
that
don't,
name is gone.
And if your name is Karen and you don't consider it and you say piss on everybody else because that's my name, guess what? You're a Karen.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's the thing. If your name is Karen and you hate the fact that people call these people Karens, you're a Karen.
You're a Karen.
Yeah.
Look around the table. You don't see any Karens? Guess what?
You're the Karen.
You're the Karen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like if you live in a neighborhood.
On today.
Yeah, it's just like if you live in a neighborhood and you can't figure out which household is the dysfunctional family, you're the dysfunctional family. Same energy. Same deal.
That's usually applicable. Absolutely.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't know what's worse. You know what? I don't know what's worse. The fact that I know that, or the fact that it's not us in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Because here's the thing. If our family was considered the dysfunctional ones of our neighborhood, I could live with that, knowing, oh, there's nothing worse than us. We're it. I don't mean it as in like we're the evil people selling drugs to kids. No. That just means we aren't the evil ones selling drugs to kids, and there's no one else like that in the neighborhood. That's not the case.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send the dogs after you. But anyway, I've heard a pretty interesting theory as to, I mean, aside from just the fact that we have cameras, we can see this stuff more often.
Sure. Why
you see these Karens and Kevins and these, like, elderly people, too, jumping on this whole bandwagon of they don't get their way in, like, a retail or restaurant environment, and they just lose their shit.
Yeah.
I've actually been introduced to a very interesting theory upon why that quote unquote seems to be happening more and more. Quote unquote seems to be. We just have better access to it.
Oh yeah, with video cameras up in places where they've never been before.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm not saying these things are ramping up. I'm just saying we have easier access to see it. But the fact
you were right on both points, yes.
But the fact that we even have to see it, that's a problem enough in and of itself.
Absolutely.
But anyway, so basically, aside from just general entitlement, aside from that, which that's a whole different kettle of fish than what I'm trying to get into. But this theory about, say, like the quote unquote boomers in these restaurants or these retails or these grocery stores or the wherevers,
right?
Some kind of business establishment of sorts. They don't get their way, or they say something, or they do something that's out of line,
right?
And they just become like they basically throw a toddler tantrum of sorts,
right?
But they're old.
Yeah, so there's really not an assault, physical assault that's going to take place.
Yeah, but they are just losing their minds.
And most of the time, there's no property damage.
Yeah, that's Karen and Kevin territory.
What I've been seeing a lot of lately is people actually attacking.
Yes. That's more of a Karen Kevin situation.
Definitely. I saw one earlier today with this Karen went back into a restaurant and arguing with the manager, actually had ordered soup from this restaurant.
Okay. Soup.
And went back in and ended up throwing it in the manager's face.
Oh, that is definitely assault.
That's assault. Yeah. So charges pending. And I've been seeing a lot more of that.
Oh,
lately.
Of course. But what I mean is, I'm targeting specifically these elder people throwing these huge tantrums. Not necessarily a physical assault or even a verbal, but definitely something like a toddler tantrum. But it's coming from people who are like 60 and up.
Right.
And I was introduced to this interesting theory about why, this group specifically, why that is. And it was like, throughout all of time, when people became gray-haired and white-haired and became the elders, they basically were treated as the centers of knowledge.
Right.
Because they lived long enough and had experienced enough to kind of sort of know what they're talking about.
Well, that's the way it's supposed to work.
That's the way it's supposed to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but here's...
Tall trees give shade.
Yeah, tall trees give shade.
Okay, that's the way it's supposed to work.
That's the way it's supposed to work.
Yes.
But with the advent of the internet and literally, I don't want to say 100% of all the well, I don't know, there is the dark web, even though I hadn't figured that out. The dark web. No, you don't say the K, or you don't say the B. Dark web. Yeah.
All right. I'm down.
Because, I don't know, Stewart's fucking weird.
Yo.
Yeah, whatever. Look, they're the crackheads. I don't care.
Yeah, whatever.
So, so with a minimum of, in the ballpark of 85% of all of the world's knowledge, I'm going to give it a healthy 50% of stuff that's been locked away, or that you need a Tor, the browser for the dark web, to find. So a good healthy 85% of all the world's knowledge at your fingertips.
Yes.
So basically, in this day and age, when elder people say some stuff, be it, well, if it's right, then it's right. But if they just say some stupid shit randomly, you can just Google or DuckDuckGo search or whatever have you, pull up the correct answer, and go, no, that's actually wrong.
Right.
Richard, you can't. That's wrong. And then they go into this tirade of respect your elders, but they don't know any more than you.
Right.
So that's kind of the theory I've been introduced to, basically why the 65 people and up are just... why you see them throw their temper tantrum is because it's not that elders have been, no one respects elders anymore. It's just people can find the same answers and don't have to rely on you as you've experienced in your life.
Yeah, that day's coming.
Yeah, you see what I mean?
No, I do. I don't mean
that as a bad thing or a good thing.
No.
I'm just saying that's an interesting theory.
Well, what's happening today culturally...
Sure.
is there is going to be we are reaching a saturation point where the boomer generation,
yes,
who many obviously have benefited from the increase in technology, which ultimately they were the foundation of. Sure. To lay the groundwork for this country to be as affluent as it is. Yeah. To be let's give credit where credit's due.
Oh, I do.
We are the and have been at least for the last 40 years. Yeah. We are the superpower, and it all came together by Boomer generation and World War II. Pro or con, whatever.
No, I'm not disrespecting.
Not talking about that.
No, I'm not disrespecting it. This
is where we are.
Yeah, this was just the course of events.
Right, it's just course of events. I didn't have nothing to do with what went on, 100 years ago. Yeah. 200 years ago.
200, 300, anyway. 400 years ago, whatever.
So, but now, because they are benefiting from there sooner or later there's going to be a page that's going to be turned on that generation where the younger generation sees them as it's like being marooned in a boat with a bunch of people, and the oldest person is not going to even if you made it back to shore, they're not going to live very long anyway because they're extremely old. Yeah. You just go ahead and throw them overboard. Pretty much. In the next probably 20 years. Yeah, so basically what you're saying is these people are going to, for lack of a better expression, get thrown out of the boat. There is going to be a movement. I don't know how big it's going to be. Sure. And I don't know how successful it's going to be. Whether the cultural tide is going to turn against the oldest generation. Sure.
No, I get it.
And and it's slowly it's been happening.
No, I know. I see it all the time with.
They talk about how the baby boomers are gonna, when they finally retire,
or they finally die, it will relinquish back whatever wealth they accumulated back into the system. Which, here's the thing, I'm not saying, there's stuff like, there's stuff like, the boomers, they're like the oldest generation, born, in the Great Depression, and yet they control, I've heard figures as high as like 65 to 70% of the wealth.
Well, what the problem is that these types of conversations, that information is always phrased in a negative way.
Oh, I know that.
How could it be any other way?
How could it be any other way? These people lived through the 50s and the 80s and the 90s, some of the most affluent decades of this country,
right,
where money flowed like water and wine.
Right.
Of course they accumulated all that wealth. Because they lived through these prosperous times. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm also not saying it's a good thing.
I mean, it just is. It's just a thing.
Yeah, it's just a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, hypothetically,
I mean, they're just like you, okay? All right, they're just these people are just like anybody else.
Yeah.
When the storm, when they're tossed into the deep end of the pool, they swim for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, some people have done better than others.
Yes.
I think there's this whole thing of anybody that does better than your neighbor.
They're automatically evil because they somehow got ahead.
Yeah, they're somehow. I mean,
technically, I don't want to get religious up in here. Would that be considered coveting?
Coveting is.
I'm just saying, would that be considered it? That whole thing of, one neighbor somehow has like a lucky break and they're able to afford a new vehicle.
Right.
And then the rest of the neighborhood goes, oh, they must have done something to get all that money to get that new vehicle. Ooh.
That's kind of bearing false witness as far as a Ten Commandment type of perspective. Okay. Coveting is desiring.
Sure.
Coveting is in there somewhere.
Sure. I just mean this whole deal about,
it's kind of like the whole thing,
misery loves company.
Misery loves company.
Yes. If we're on the bottom rung, you're not gonna go up that ladder.
Right.
I don't know. And I don't get it, because everybody's path in this life is different.
Everybody's path is different.
What one person considers success, the other person considers the worst thing that could happen to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. For some people, their idea of success is, working 9 to 5 to save up for their house and their car and all that. And somebody else's idea of success, is getting more and more prevalent, is buying an acre or two of land and starting their own little homestead, growing their own food, not really turning a profit, just existing. That's some people's idea of success.
Yeah. Existing, I think that's what success is.
Yeah.
Existing on your terms.
Yeah, I respect that.
Yeah. However you define those terms. Existing on your terms.
Existing on your terms.
You get up in the morning and you make the decision to do what you do. That's how I would view success, yes.
Yeah. Although I guess based on that front, I am getting closer and closer to that as we speak.
Well, the thing about it is...
Technically, we're both getting closer and closer to that, but that's talking about the crypto stuff, so...
Yeah. Anyway.
Ada better fucking pop or I'm going to lose my mind.
Yes. Everything... what's been so interesting about it is to see it and do it and invest. And then I've read an article after I made that decision, after we made that decision, I read an article actually supporting what I saw.
Good.
So that was cool.
Good man.
Yeah.
That actually reminds me, speaking of crypto.
Yeah, crypto. What?
This is sort of a side thing.
Yeah.
All right. I know okay, again, not trying to get religious up in here, but there is a particular verse that I like, personally.
Right.
I feel like this can be applied across the board for everybody.
Yeah.
the whole do not cast pearls before swine.
Yeah.
Now, I've heard that interpreted several different ways. You and I have interpreted as, basically don't try to help people who will not only not accept your help, but will attack you for trying to help them.
Yes.
I've heard people in whatever the Joel Osteen, Marjo denomination, I forget what that, prosperity gospel, I've heard a lot of those people talk when they interpret do not cast pearls before swine. They interpret it as, do not interact with people who do not accept the gift of you, the individual, the gift of yourself, because everybody is a gift. That's part of the rhetoric, I believe.
Yeah, sure.
I've heard some people in psychology spheres, and I think Peter Jordan said it. Something about whether you agree with him or don't agree with him. I think it's just a different take on this.
Right.
Don't talk to people who will not listen to you. So there's these varying degrees of interpretation of that one line.
Well,
and
yeah.
I found it.
Yeah.
I found it in real life.
Okay.
And it makes me angry.
Let's talk about it.
I know, I'm getting to it. I'm just pointing at you in that whole thing of, I knew the answer to the question, and I'm still disappointed. That's kind of been a theme of mine this year, was I put myself in a situation where I knew the answer to the question. I already knew the outcome before it even started. But I did it anyway, and I'm still disappointed. Basically, big test,
Yeah.
Testing if these rules and these little lessons are true. Not in a malicious way, just testing the waters. But we've already spoken about that.
Yes, we have.
It's not malicious. I'm not rebelling against you or the matriarch or anything like that. It's hey, look, I'm in this particular life and I don't know that. I know it, but I don't experience it. No, I fucking experienced it.
Yeah.
And I'm still disappointed.
Yeah.
It's like your whole life you've been told 2 + 2 = 4.
Right.
But you're really, really young. And you're not a mathematician, so you basically, for the course of a couple months or maybe even a year, you devote your entire life in discovering, is 2 + 2 truly 4?
Truly 4.
Truly? Or is it some institutional bullshit? You see?
Right.
And then you come to find out, yes, 2 + 2 is in fact 4.
Yes, it is.
You didn't waste your time. No. You just now you have a better understanding of why 2 + 2 = 4.
Sure.
And that's what I was seeking, ultimately. It's not the answer per se, it's the understanding of why it is the answer.
The understanding.
Or why the situation leads to this outcome.
That's what wisdom is.
Correct.
Is the understanding.
Yes.
It's not that you know it to exist or to be a fact.
You just now know the why.
You now know the why.
And the how, and the when, and the whatever.
And that's wisdom.
Indeed.
That's the difference between knowledge and wisdom.
Yeah, just because you gain wisdom doesn't mean it's not going to piss you off.
Yeah, it's going to get under your skin.
Yeah. And I just had an experience like that. All
right.
Now, we are not going to make this publicly available.
No.
Because you know what I'm talking about.
I guess.
There are these 2 pictures of these patterns that you found.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We are not going to show this to the public.
No.
Because that's our secret. It's a trade secret.
Yeah, it's a trade secret.
But, in a nutshell...
Proprietary information.
Indeed. Hey, all the best traders have their own little ways of getting an edge on the competition.
Sure.
Yeah. Illegal or no. This isn't illegal. Just,
no.
You guys know how Wall Street acts.
Anyway.
Don't act surprised.
No.
So, basically, we found a secret We found a cipher key to a code.
Cipher.
We found a cipher to a code that we didn't fully understand until we had it in our hands.
A cipher to a bias.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Something incredibly useful and important to people like us.
Yeah.
Like, this is top dollar information, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
You know, it's basically a roadmap when we'd had nothing previously.
Yes. I agree with that.
One of my closest friends for several years, and he's starting to become less and less close as the days go by, as I'm like, okay.
That'll happen.
Oh, yeah. It's not that I don't like this individual anymore, it's just... he's not in a bad way, but, you know, we used to work at the warehouse together.
Yeah.
Back when I was still doing that job. And, truth be told, he was like one of the hardest working people I know. I've told him repeatedly, like, just do Lyft and do Uber, because it basically covers your bills in a shorter amount of time, and you're not stressed, because you're just driving.
Right.
You know, you don't have to wake up at 5 in the morning almost every single day, except for weekends, work until like 7 or 8 or something crazy like that, and then go home, you know, stuff like that.
Right.
Tried to set up his own computer business, hadn't done that.
No.
Yeah. And the last time he and I had a conversation, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Basically this was like a giant test. A big test. A leap of faith.
Big test.
Yes.
All right.
Because I wanted to know, is this guy truly trying to struggle to survive and thrive? Or is he just stuck in a rut that he won't leave?
That can happen.
Yeah. I took a big leap of faith.
Yeah.
I gave him a copy of the cipher key.
Okay.
The same information you and I have, he now has.
Does he trade?
Oh, yeah. Off and on. But, because I was like,
Sure.
This dude has had my back for the past 5 to 6 years.
Sure.
Since I was about 20 years old. This dude has had my back. And I basically handed him a giant gold key that if he played his cards right, would set him and his entire family for life.
That's possible, yes.
Sent it to him.
Right.
I said, this is the roadmap. If you were to do trading, like more extensive than what you've already been doing,
right,
this will make you so much more money than what you're doing.
It'll make you profitable.
Make you profitable.
I don't know how profitable, but it'll make you. You'll win more than you lose.
Yeah.
I don't know how much more.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I handed him the cipher key. Not physically, obviously. Just sent it to him.
Right.
So I gave him the cipher key. I'm shaking my head no. I know you people can't see it. Nope. It's not that he couldn't accept it, but he just hand-waved it away.
Right.
You see?
Well, something like that is like planting a seed.
Sure.
Now that he's seen it.
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
No, I get it.
Honestly, he may never grasp it.
No, that's kind of what I mean.
But he may. I mean, I looked at that probably for the very first time about 12 years ago.
Sure.
And everything I've done until now, what we purchased earlier this year, helped me see it.
Yes. No, he doesn't know what we know.
Right.
From that course.
Right.
But.
Yeah.
That would still give him a much higher edge than everybody else.
Right.
You see? Like, just
See,
these...
he wasn't far along enough in whatever he is involved in to see the value of it.
I guess. I don't know. But that was... But that just... I was just like... Really?
Yeah, you're going to run into those types of disappointments.
Now here's the thing. I wasn't expecting him to get on his hands and knees and just weep for happiness because I just granted him this gift.
Right.
I wasn't expecting that.
Well, see, that's the whole thing. You see the significance of it, and he doesn't understand that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Ugh.
So...
I don't know. It's just that whole thing of...
You see it as, man, this is the greatest thing you'll ever see. And he's like, okay.
Yeah, because you and I understand its value.
Yeah. So I put a decade in.
Yeah.
To understand the value of it.
Yeah.
So,
Sure. No, it just made me upset because I was like, I know you don't know what you and I know, but it's something.
Yeah.
But no. It just made me upset. I wasn't upset with him. I was just like, okay, you're just stuck, and you don't want to be unstuck.
Did it have anything to do with the... Did he even say thank you?
No. I tried to explain it to him, like, this is that, this is the time frames.
Right.
I said, I can't guarantee which will sync up with it, but it's going to hit a lot of other stocks and, stuff like that. Trying to give him a bare bones explanation. He just was like, okay.
Yeah, well.
So that's why I'm like, that whole don't cast
It's his money I'll be buying things with.
Uh-huh.
People like him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I know.
90% of the people who trade lose money.
Oh, I know.
And this is why.
Yeah, this is why.
Fuck.
It's just
That's a human element. That's a behavioral thing.
I know. It's just, that was like the first time I truly understood that don't cast pearls before swine. And now I'm just stuck here like, well, fuck. What am I supposed to do now? It's not that I don't, because, part of my thing is the, free exchange of ideas and information.
Right.
Because I'm a big believer in, I don't believe per se in, like, pirating movies or TV shows, because unless it's something I really want to watch and they just make it unintrusive how to obtain it, I don't really care,
Right.
If it's not on a streaming service that I don't already own and we don't already pay for,
right,
I'm gonna pirate it, because it's like, look, if you're not on like the big 3 or 4 major streaming services, I don't care.
Sure.
I'm gonna get somebody to grab those episodes or movies or whatever. But books is where it's at, as far as I'm concerned.
That was a joke, folks.
Yeah, for legal reasons, this is
a joke.
A big joke.
These are the jokes, people.
Oh, by the way, the entire Disney segment of last episode, for legal reasons, that whole thing was a joke.
A complete joke.
Yes.
Disney?
Ha ha.
Who is that?
Who is that?
That's a word you made up.
Yeah,
Must have been having a seizure.
Yeah, I must have been on that electric lettuce or something.
Da, 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 da.
Anyway.
Tell me no Johnny Carson my way out of things, man. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're designed to help people.
Yes. But here, okay.
Well,
how about this?
Here's the thing, and this is something you're going to have to make peace with.
Yes.
And that is your effort.
Yes.
Is thanks enough.
Okay. I can accept that, because here's the thing.
And you're going to have to, I used to be like that, but then it's kind of like I said, I talk about planting a seed. You just have to plant the seed.
Sure.
And move on.
Okay.
To the next place where you plant the seed. Move on.
I can find peace with that.
And you just have to, because if it's meant to take hold,
then it will take hold. Okay. That's fine. I can find peace over that.
Yeah.
The reason I bring this up, the reason I can is because, here's the thing. I love being a personal trainer for 2 reasons. Here's the thing. I like to help people.
Sure.
If someone is struggling, I want to try to help them.
Right.
Yeah, last night, in the town where I was watching the leaves, change and turn,
Mm-hmm.
I went into a bar. I was already a little intoxicated when I went in there, gotta admit, but I didn't want to drive anywhere because that's dumb.
Right.
So I went in, they had, this pot of hot mulled apple cider. And it was delicious. And I had gotten one of the last few cups out of that pot, and they were trying to make a new batch. And this poor woman, she had to have been one of the owners, this older woman, she had to be like in her 60s or somewhere. She was having trouble cracking open like a container of apple juice or apple cider because they don't make it from scratch, which that's fine.
Right.
It's a business. It's not Apple-oriented where they have to make it from scratch. It's fine. It's a bar. Whatever. Yeah. Acceptable. And she couldn't get these things open. Me, a stranger, I'm like literally across from her. I'm waiting for my cup of soup. Because it was cold. I asked her if she needed some help. She said, yeah. And she handed me these bottles of, big fucking bottles of apple cider. And I was like, crack. She snapped them open. And I said to her, oh, thank you. No problem. Oh, you loosened it up for me. Thank you for that.
Right.
She wasn't angry at me because I just cracked them open like that.
Right.
But I just decided to try to, be nice, have her save face and whatever.
Sure.
That's who I am.
Right.
Right. But as I've discovered with personal training, it's not that I don't want to help people. I do want to help people. I want to help everybody. Lose weight, get better in shape. Here's the catch.
Yeah.
You had best do what I say.
Do what I tell you to do.
You better do what I tell you to do.
Do what I tell you to do.
What
you paying me for?
Exactly.
Shut up.
Yes. That's why doing stuff like being a personal trainer, and if I can find other jobs where I can be helpful, but people better do what I tell them to do.
That's what they're paying you for.
Exactly. I'm like, this is all I want to do. I want to be a helpful. I figured out my life's purpose, my dharma, or whatever the hell you want to call it. I want to be a helpful person. But the people I'm helping better do what I say.
It's quite a diorama.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Does that make sense?
I understand.
Does that make sense?
Because you know what?
Yeah.
If they knew what they were doing,
they wouldn't ask me.
They would be paying you to tell them what to do.
Exactly. I want to be paid for people. I want people to pay me to tell them what to do.
That's right.
That's all.
And I'm paying you.
Yeah.
So,
this is why I can't do retail anymore. This is why I couldn't, at a certain point, I couldn't do that warehouse job anymore. Because it got to a point where I could do my job, but the people wouldn't do what I told them to do, even though it was the right thing to do. And then they whine and cry about, why is this thing broken when it should have been fixed weeks ago or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't do retail anymore because I can't stand being like that, where I'm
like a retail punching bag.
Yeah, basically. I can't do that no more. I've done my time.
You tell them one thing and then they're arguing with you because they looked it up on Google. And you're like, this is what I do for a living.
Yeah, exactly.
Shut up.
Yeah, it's like it's like me working at that game store. I would have to bring my manager, who is a guy.
Yeah.
I have to basically grab the back of the scruff of his shirt, bring his ass over to explain something to somebody, because they're just going to argue with me anyway, because I'm a chick.
Right.
I can't do it no more. Now I'm just like, no, this is it. I have got to be in a job where other people have to tell me what to. Other people have to pay me for me to tell them what to do.
Yeah.
I can't do the opposite no more.
No.
I'm not saying I have to be the boss all the time.
No.
But
I know this.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, I know this. You don't.
Yeah.
That's why we're here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't mind working under a boss, per se.
No.
But they need to leave me alone.
Right.
You know, obviously, I'll consult them about some stuff here. If there's a problem, I'll let them know, because they're the boss.
Right.
But don't stand on top of my shoulders, because you ain't Yoda.
This way you will go.
Yeah, exactly. Don't do that to me. I don't mean you specifically, I just mean in general.
No, I understand.
You seem to be doing okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's why I like personal training, is I do get to help people, and they do what I say to do.
Do what I say.
Fuck. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with input.
No, nothing wrong with input, because then that helps me tweak it.
Yeah.
I don't mean be a dictator as in do what I say regardless of what happens to you, but if I tell you eating this, like in my personal training job, if I tell you eating this is not good for you, and you continue to do it, I'm going to get upset with you.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the whole thing, you're just going to be all like, I didn't lose a single pound. You kept eating candy bars, Barbara. What the fuck am I supposed to do?
Yeah, you're going to run into that.
Oh, I know I'm going to run into that. My boss explicitly told me I was going to run into that.
Yeah.
That's why we have food logs and stuff where I work. And I am so happy.
Cool.
Because I'm like, oh, I got a CYA policy.
What's this Snickers wrapper's doing in here?
Barbara! Put it down!
Put it down.
Get on the squat rack!
Step away from the confection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm mean, especially with if someone admits to me they've had a candy bar when they know they ain't supposed to be having a candy bar, they get to do squats.
Oh, cool.
And here's the thing, I don't want to establish like it's this weird delicate balancing act where obviously if you eat something processed with a little extra calories than you're supposed to be, you need to work that off.
Well, that should be a consideration, absolutely.
Yeah. But at the same time, I also don't want to cause anybody to have like really weird or negative connotation of food, because that's how people will starve themselves.
Oh.
And that's kind of where eating disorders and anorexia comes from, is when people
I'm going to tell you something.
What?
Usually by the age you're going to be interacting with people,
they don't care?
No, I don't mean like that at all.
Oh.
Whatever created the eating disorder behavior doesn't have anything to do with you.
Okay. No,
they might try to blame it on you. It's because you.
Because I'm the closest person.
You're 44.
Yeah. Huh?
Okay, and then 6 months with me, and all of a sudden you're doing coke. No.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't work like that.
No, I just mean the whole thing with I don't know. I just keep running into what is known as the diet culture, where unless you look like a runway model, you're fat, and it's like, shut the fuck up, guys.
That's what I'm telling you. We talked about that. I mean,
I know. I'm trying to basically fight against that.
Everything's got to be so. It's the photo. You guys are the Photoshop generation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can remember. I can remember as a kid, on these talk shows, and cooking shows, people showing up and looked old as hell. I mean,
And nowadays, that's not the case.
No, that's not the case.
Because people got better TV now. Better TVs.
Well, it's not just that. Is that there's this expectation everybody to be
young and hip and proper or whatever. Yeah.
And so
I don't like that.
No, I don't either.
That's
it's unrealistic.
I mean. Yeah.
Once again, we talk about that level you cannot sustain.
Correct. It's not sustainable.
It's not sustainable.
Because eventually people gonna get old. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's natural.
Natural process. Yeah.
Enjoy it.
These are the good old days. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
So, I don't know. Yeah, it's just so crazy. People just cause this weird this weird stigma around
Well,
certain foods where you
what I
can't
would
eat anything
say-
that's not an asparagus.
Don't get hung up on it.
No.
And don't keep trying to, it's like, oh, well, we can change, we can take this out here and add this, it's like, it's trying to, talk somebody into drinking more water.
Yeah.
I don't really like to taste that. Well, you get
Lemon.
water, lemon. Well, and after about the 15th time they give you the reason, then it's like, okay, just be fat.
Yeah.
Just be out of shape.
Oh, I know.
Okay, because you can't. If you want this thing over here, these things over here, you have to do.
Yes.
And if you don't want to be this thing right here, then the things that caused you to be this thing right here, you have to let them go.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
I know.
Ultimately.
Yeah.
So.
No, I got a client, and bless her heart, she's trying to get people to come split the hour with her because it's cheaper for them in the long run.
Right.
And she's just having a hard time.
It's hard to find a workout partner.
Oh,
really
yeah.
Is. It really is.
Oh, I know it
There's
is.
a lot of people. Doesn't have
They want to
anything
talk
to do with
and talk.
money. Yeah, they want to talk that talk, but when it's time to get up and
They ain't gonna do
go
it.
to the gym, yeah.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
And honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that I'm starting out and I, want to get more established.
Just understand that it doesn't have anything to do with money.
No, I know that.
Nothing.
I know. No, I told her explicitly, like, look, sometimes people won't do anything till they pay for it.
True.
That's what I told her, and that is true. But at the same time, it's like, you can't pay a lazy person to not be lazy.
No, you can't.
So, I don't know. I guess I'm just looking at that perspective from my whole thing where it's like,
whatever they're going to pay you.
Yeah.
If you told them.
Yes.
That you would pay them that much, that you would pay them.
Yeah, I would pay them.
That much to work out with you.
Yeah. Nope.
After a time, if they did it at all, it would go away.
Oh, yeah. I know.
It wouldn't matter. Well, it doesn't matter.
I don't know. I'm basically just looking at it from my perspective of trying to get money for the gym.
Right.
Trying to fill up a quota, whatever, because there is an actual quota, so. It's part of the other reason why I'm stressed all the time about this is because I'm like, please don't fire me. I'm just a little itty bitty starting trainer. Anyway,
Be all right.
I know. And plus, I'm not worried because we got the train thing anyway.
True.
So.
Side hustle.
Indeed. Side hustle like a motherfucker. So.
Yeah.
All right. You good?
I'm pretty good.
I'm pretty good. I think I'm gonna, go out and get, eat, a little cup of ice cream, or maybe I might get a whole carton for all of it. I don't know.
Sure.
You would be up for that?
Yeah.
I always get one, because, money. Oh, okay, I'll do that, too. And then I think I want to, make myself some ramen, because I still got a couple packets. And ramen's my comfort food, damn it. Boil some eggs, some soft-boiled eggs, some strips of seaweed, some noodles. Oh, it ain't good for you, but I don't put all that soap. If you eat ramen, do not use the entire soup base. Use 1/5 of it.
Yeah.
It'll be better for you in the long run for sodium.
It really will.
Yeah. And that's what I do.
Stuff make your nose bleed.
Duh. Make your nose bleed.
Make my nose bleed.
Yeah.
Woo!
We might tell that story later.
Later.
The time you almost died with MSG, but that's a cliffhanger, folks. Because I want some ramen and ice cream.
Ramen and ice cream.
Yeah.
All right.
Fuck, I gotta finish the X-Files.
We'll get there.
I keep forgetting about the movie. I keep getting distracted by D&D, but that's okay.
Have you seen the first one yet?
The first movie? No, I keep forgetting it exists. I have it on this computer. No. This is no.
No.
No, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Where is it?
Oh.
Fuck. Where is the X-Files movie? That's Dracula. that Die Hard, Guns Akimbo. I got the Ip Man. I got Jojo Rabbit. I haven't watched it. I got Parasite. I got Christmas Vacation. I got Joker. I don't have it. Oh, it must be on my laptop. Okay, never mind. Okay. All right. I know what I'm going to do this evening.
You're a pirate.
Yo ho ho.
Yo.
Do what you want because a pirate is free. You are a pirate. Yar har fibbity-tee. Being a pirate is alright to be. Do what you want because a pirate is free. You are a pirate.
Arr.
Alright. Alright, well, on that note, that's it, folks.
That's it.
I was your host, Bel-E.
And I was your co-host, Mr. Scratch.
And we'll see you guys next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.